Dr. Hutchins designed this class, he really wanted us to get out of the classroom. He's been taking groups down there for a long time, for many years, and the hope was that we would get to see firsthand what we were learning about in the classroom.
There are things that really can't be taught effectively on campus in a classroom. So it's a pretty intense week, but it gets us away from the books and into the environment where a lot of these things are happening.
The desert was simultaneously very, very beautiful.
The desert is a completely different experience. It's a very, very dry environment, and the heat is very intense. There's very little cloud cover, and there's also very little shade available. And so when you are walking through the desert, number one, you're walking on sand, and if you're not wearing the right shoes, that can be really uncomfortable. For a lot of the folk who are traveling, they're not wearing the kind of protective gear that you would need. But it's hot, and it's sandy, and we were in broad daylight, and people were still running into things.
It also was a little rough, just with pretty much all the plants there have thorns or spikes on them of some sort.
So it's a very dangerous, it's a very hot environment, and it does feel unwelcoming. It feels dangerous even when you're navigating in full sunlight with a water bottle, with tweezers, with snacks. It does feel like a very hostile environment.
Passed away in 2009. That's rough.
One of the people we worked with, his name was Alvaro.
We're gonna replant it.
He wanted to create a project as an artist to honor their deaths. And so he, once a week, plants crosses. I believe he's planted over 2,000 at this point. They're beautifully crafted, they're brightly colored, and in the center is typically some sort of red dot. This red dot symbolizes the red dot on the map of deaths. Some of the folk have names, they know their age, they know how they died, when they died, who they were traveling with, but a lot of them are anonymous. For the folk who want to be hospitable to people who are traveling, they've placed these water barrels. They're permanent installations, all of them through Humane Borders, have permits to be there. They're entirely legal. They're sometimes invited by private citizens who want water on their land so people don't die when they're crossing. But they're open to anyone, but specifically they were created because people are dying in the desert because they don't have water.
The barrels are they're often decorated with stickers of like the Virgin of Guadalupe. I think there's compasses on them too, but the purpose of them is to have safe drinking water for people coming through.
I think the nonprofits that we work with do that really, really well. I think they extend hospitality in a way that myself and Kentucky has not experienced before.
I feel like just having that respect and empathy and kindness for other people and their intrinsic dignity as humans is very important in your everyday life.
Walking through the desert to drop water for folk that you might not even see is an incredible hospitable act that couldn't happen anywhere else, really. And so I wanted that to inform my own personal life.